Hello, I'm Joyce Woodworth. Welcome to the Spirit of Winona. The senior prom is one of the most magical nights in a girl or boy's life. It's also one of the first nights in a parent's life where they look at their child and see a woman or a man. Prom fashions are a big part of this special occasion. Today we're going to meet 4 lovely high school girls and find out about their prom dresses and find out what went on at the prom.
This show was run for last year's prom in 3 parts. I have compiled those 3 parts into one show with additional footage from this year's after prom party and a hint of this year's fashions.
Welcome to the Spirit of Winona girls. I'm sitting with 4 lovely high school girls that just attended their proms. And we have Crystal Johnson here and Ashley Meyer from Cotter Senior High School. And we have Emily Bowman and Melissa Flom from Winona Senior High School. And they're going to tell us what the prom was like. But first, let's talk about your beautiful dresses.
I loved the color of my dress. I've always liked blue, and this was very, very true cobalt blue, and it just was very striking, yet sophisticated and simple looking. And I loved it right from the very beginning.
Melissa truly sparkles in her lovely prom gown. She wears a blue and white rhinestone necklace and bracelet, and her satin cobalt blue dress is sprinkled with soft blue rhinestones at the bust line. The dress is a straight cut with a slit to mid-thigh at the side.
The color of my dress, I was looking all around all the stores for this color of dress, and I never found one that actually fit me right. And finally, I came across this one in the last store, and I had to have it.
Emily's endearing smile brings out the true elegance of her pale green strapless prom gown. The full skirt drapes nicely to the floor, and the bust line has green embroidered silver tubed beadwork in a flowing vine pattern.
Ashley, what attracted you to your beautiful dress?
It was probably the color. I was looking for a pink dress, sorta, and it was one of the first ones I tried on, and it was just like, wow, I really liked how it was straight and it had the train in the back at the knot. I liked it a lot.
Ashley's happy nature comes alive in her beautiful prom gown. Jessica McClintock is the designer of this dress. It is a coral satin with a corseted top, a new design of the new millennium. It has a straight skirt with a train attached. The train flows to the floor and is gathered in a beautiful bow at mid-length. This color certainly fits Ashley's nature.
How about you, Crystal? What attracted you to your dress?
I like the color and the sparkly. I've had a simple dress before, and I wanted something more elegant, more showy, I guess. And I really liked it.
Crystal looks angelic and beautiful in her prom gown. The baby blue satin dress has the latest in fashion corseted top with a shiny thread embroidered throughout. The full skirt has a layer of sparkle chiffon over satin. The sparkle of Crystal's dress is only surpassed by the sparkle in her eyes.
Are the dresses different than they have been in the past?
Very, yeah, I think so.
How are they different this year?
More fancy and
Showy.
Yeah.
Yes,
They're very
the colors were more striking.
The girls decided the average cost of their dresses was $180. This year's fashions carried on the traditional prom dress look. Fancy and striking remained fashionable. Lavender was a popular color and strapless was predominant. The upswept hair framed in tiny flowers and curls added elegance, and the girls were absolutely beautiful. From head to toe, this year's prom fashions were smashing. The dates in their tuxedos were as handsome as ever and acted like true gentlemen, telling the girls they felt like they were looking at Teen Magazine. Parents got together to take pictures of the couples and to reminisce about their high school proms. We have found out in the first part that this year's prom fashions were much fancier than in previous years. Let's take a look. At both Winona Senior High and Cotter's proms, fancy was definitely the mode of fashion. Dresses were elegant, and the tuxes were with it. Everyone smiled, the girls were beautiful, and the boys were handsome. Slinky gowns were worn, and the tuxes varied. Cotter's prom queen, Sarah Merrick, sparkled, as well as did all the other girls. Long gloves and white bow ties were worn. The colors were lovely and enhanced by lots of rhinestones and jet beads and sparkle threads. The gowns were floor length, and the girls wore corsages at their wrists. The corset top and full skirt was very popular, and a simple stud adorned many of the necklines of the tuxedos. Strapless gowns were also very popular. Many of the girls came in groups for a girls' night out and left their dates at home. Throwback scarves were worn and low-cut styles were in. Flowers in the hair added to the fanciness of the upswept hairstyles. Backless and strapless was the order of the night. Smiles and happiness abounded. Two-piece gowns were a new feature at this year's prom, and the look was elegant. Walking canes made an appearance this year, as did feather boas, and topped off with a long-coated tux and a fedora. Fancy and elegant would definitely be the way to describe this year's prom fashions in Winona. We have discovered that Cotter and Winona Senior High proms in the year 2000 were fancier than ever. I am presently talking with Crystal Johnson and Ashley Myers from Cotter and Emily Bullman and Melissa Flom from Winona Senior High Schools. They are going to give us some insight as to what went on the day of the prom.
What is getting ready for the prom like?
That's one of the best
but
parts.
fun.
It could be a good time or a bad time depending on your hair, your makeup, and friends getting all stressed out about it.
Oh, yes.
My friend always starts to cry because she doesn't think anything's perfect, and I always have to calm her down, but it's fun overall.
A typical scenario before the prom would be a group of girls getting together at one of the girls' houses, relaxing and chatting about the event that's about to take place, painting their nails and doing each other's hair, putting on the final touches, and joking around to take the edge off the last-minute jitters before their dates ring the doorbell.
Is it still tradition for the boy to ask the girl to the prom?
Yeah,
so, yeah.
sort of, yeah. There's an occasional girl asking the guy.
And who pays?
The guy.
Actually, I split this year.
Tell me about the magical night.
I thought of the idea of going on a dinner river cruise. Looked into it down in La Crosse on the La Crosse Queen. There's a pizza cruise on there. And we all liked pizza.
We all go to this big hall, and there's tablecloths and candles, and it's really nice, and it's catered, and so you can eat with our friends, and everything's included.
So you have dinner, then you have pictures, and then what happens?
Dance.
The
And
dance.
dance. We take pictures there professionally, and that's really nice. You have to wait in line, but it's fun part. With your date or with friends. We have a group picture with our friends.
We have that also.
What about the decorations at the prom? What were they like?
Very nice. I heard about theirs, and I was like, whoa, but I mean, ours are good. Good enough.
Well, it's the junior class that sponsors it at the high school. Do they do that?
Yeah.
Great decorations. We had a big, huge volcano. It was a Hawaiian theme. It was something paradise, tropical paradise. And we had a big waterfall in one corner and little tiki huts all over and tropical flowers. And it was really nice. It was very nice.
We all got lays when we came in.
Yeah, that was cool. I liked that part too.
What happens at your after-ball party?
Go ahead.
Actually, ours it's kind of neat. You walk in and they hand you. Well, first they actually took our pictures on a bridge, which was nice, and they gave us each couple a picture that said Post Prom 2000 in a picture frame, and then we took the money and you could gamble because I mean we had tons of prizes. We had TVs, DVD players. and it was all kind of like, you had fake money, but you could buy it with the fake money or win it. And so you did that for a couple hours. We had like some, what do you call it, jousting things?
Yeah, there's stuff set up in the gym.
Like
big maze.
A maze to go in.
It was very fun.
And then at 2 o'clock we had a hypnotist, and that was for about 2 hours. And it's really neat because you see your friends going up there and they're making fools out of themselves, and it's fun.
The After the Prom party, which runs from 12:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m., is sponsored by a volunteer organization consisting mostly of parents. The intent is to provide safe, chemical-free entertainment for students who may or may not attend the prom. There's a $5 ticket fee which covers everything at the party, including games, prizes, food, and entertainment. And the students have a ball. One of the special activities at the party is sumo wrestling. The students are slid into an inflatable suit. Parent volunteers have to lift them off the floor to face one another. And they bounce around and bump into one another, jump on top of each other in the semblance of a sumo wrestling match, all in great fun. The guys, of course, get a little bit more exuberant than the girls in a sumo wrestling match, and they were also able to express their manliness in a trampoline-type boxing ring with extra-large boxing gloves. Another fun activity was give the teacher a shower by hitting the trigger with a tennis ball. And despite this teacher's antics, he was sprayed plenty. Card tables were busy, karaoke was fun, darts, ring toss, and bowling were some of the games, artists drawing caricatures for a fun memento, and lots of wonderful prizes at the end. Thanks to volunteers and Winona's generous donators, the After Prom party is a big part of this fun evening.
Give me an example of what your funnest experience was the whole evening.
Okay.
My date thought it was very funny to get 3 plates of food and be the person that ate the most at the
And you're
prom.
only supposed to get one.
Yeah, you're supposed to have 1 plate. He took 3.
And the teacher comes over.
Yeah, we had a teacher come over to the table and ask him, "Are you supposed to be taking that much?" And he's like, "I'm going to eat it." So he had to eat everything on his plate.
And then he passes, he's like, "This is crystals."
Yeah, he
shows the plates over there.
He didn't eat all the plates, but it was a fun time.
What will be the memory that you treasure from your prom?
One thing that will stick out in my mind is when I was dancing to one of the slow songs with my boyfriend, and I looked behind him, and as we were turning, as we were dancing, I could see everyone else dancing and just totally in the moment of prom. Everyone was just having the time of their lives right then.
This has been Joyce Woodworth on the Spirit of Winona. Please join us on the next segment when we do another series on fashions.